guys, today's video is sponsored by the OneFootball app. If you haven't done it already, head down to the description before this video starts, click the link and download it completely free of charge on iOS or Android. Boys and girls, welcome back to the Charlton Athletic Career Mode. We're on episode 36 today, and it could be the biggest and most special episode of all because it could be the one in which we secure promotion back to the Premier League for the first time in, what's that, 12, 13, 14 years, whatever year it is, 2020. Okay, so 13, 14 years. It could be a huge episode today, and we are starting shenanigans with an away game against Sheffield United. Sheffield United are 12th in the table. They actually have equal points to their city rivals, Sheffield Wednesday. So they are fighting for glory in the town of Sheffield, I suppose. I think we will sim this one. I feel like we could probably get a decent result. I think our hardest game may come against Aston Villa. I think that might be the one I have to play. But all these games are away this episode, so they are a very, very tough run of fixtures regardless. Let's just have another look at the office. We've got some scouting updates before we get into this. Oscar Cooper, like his name, and I also like the fact that he's a potential 85, potential 92 Henry Rose, and Lance Alexander not so good. Let's reject him and we'll keep scouting these two. That looks good to me. Let's go and see what Mr. T-Bar has for us over in Paraguay. Sandoval, reject. Roldan looks good. Bello, we'll have a look. Ooh, Ponce looks good. Arnaiz doesn't look so good. Lots of players that he's offering us here. Castaneda, not so good. Velasquez, we'll let one more month roll, and then Thomas Romero, potentially a 94 rated player, we'll let him continue as well, and we'll make a decision about him later on. Anyway, let's get into this simulated match. We are actually a little bit fatigued, so I am going to rotate this and then we will get into it. So just one or two changes here. We've brought in Calvin Stengs to replace Callum Hudson-Odoi, and also Chris Solly we have brought in to replace Anthony Deekstill. So one of the biggest games of the season, probably the biggest game of the season. Everyone just gets harder and harder. They've actually got a red card in the 9th minute. That should work in our favour, but you never know with the old FIFA sim. It can be a bit dodgy. So 0-0 going into the second half. Suzuki comes on for Stengs, who apparently has not had a very good game again. Brewster for Lanes as well. Hopefully that's a fatigue thing. Brewster puts us 1-0 up. Come on. Please stay 1-0. Please stay 1-0 or score another goal, Charlton. And it is 1-0, another 3 points. That is brilliant. We take another 3 points in the Championship. Let's have a look if anybody else dropped points. No, still 6 points ahead of Huddersfield, but we don't really mind if we win or come second. Can Fulham mathematically catch us? 3 games left, 88, 91, 94. So if Fulham lose and we win our next game, then we will be promoted to the Premier League. It's not happened yet. Calm down. I'm not excited, you're excited. Come on, let's see. I think that was just the same scouting report from before. Let's see if we have a chance to refresh our bodies and minds before the next game. Fair few days actually between. Oh, we've actually got some sessions available. Let's actually do that while we can. All right, so let's train these boys. Is anybody going to have a great training session? Actually, pretty well in general there, the boys did, but nobody goes. Look how close Stengs is to an 80. That is huge. That is a Premier League ready player there. I've said it about 3 times in the last few episodes, but it is true. Let's have a look at our report. Let's just get rid of Wuhan Pan. He's not going to get anywhere near our starting 11, is he? Even when he reaches his max potential. So there's no point in keeping him. Jonathan Williams wants to leave because he's not getting played. Patrick Bauer also. Chris Solly wants a loan spell, and Albie Morgan saying thank you. We're going to have to consider some players' contracts and futures if and when we get promoted to the Premier League. Next up, guys, it's a game against Aston Villa. Oh dear, Joe Aribo going to be out for the rest of the season with a torn groin. 6 weeks he'll be out for, which means even if we do make the playoffs, he might just make it for the final, but I doubt it. Unfortunate blow there. We're going to have to bring in Johnny Williams actually probably to replace him. Maybe Albie Morgan as well, but we'll see. So for April actually, for the player of the month, I am going to go by the EFL Championship player of the month shortlist, and Tariq Fosu, who as you can see over here as well has a massive arrow going up, is going to be the player of the month for April. He's obviously played well for the whole season. I can't remember anything specific that he did, but he did play well in that game where we won 1-0 against Fulham. It was hard. I was almost tempted to give it to Reece Oxford, but yeah, Fosu has been so good for so long. I feel like he deserves it. So player of the month for April is going to be Tariq Fosu. Anyway, this is the title deciding game potentially. Certainly the promotion deciding game. They've both won their games, Fulham and Huddersfield. So if we win this, guys, I think we seal promotion to the Premier League. Let's go. We're here at Villa Park. Aston Villa, one of the strongest clubs and teams in the Championship. Certainly will not be an easy game today. The Villa fans as well on their home turf, as you can see right there as I just mentioned it, coming in numbers and certainly going to get behind their team today. Charlton top of the table by 5 points with the game in hand. It could all be settled today. Come on, Charlton. So the Aston Villa lineup is as follows. They've got Kalinic in goal. They've got Chester and Hutton, who I recognise certainly from the Premier League days, and just good players in general in the back. Adoma on the left, Grealish as well, Jedinak. Very good players there in the Aston Villa starting 11 and on the bench as well. Let's turn our attention to Charlton and see if we've made any shufflings of the pack. And the only one we have made really is bringing in Johnny Williams for the injured Joe Aribo. Williams has played very well for me. I like the feel of him. I like how he dribbles in the game. We've got Stengs instead of Hudson-Odoi up front, but Hudson-Odoi I think is on the bench. So pretty much again our strongest 11 to go into this game. There's the huddle. This is the game, boys. This is the game. Lofted through ball, found brilliantly Diego Lainez. And he's going to knock it into Iheanacho out wide. Let's get this on target. Stengs! Oh, should have been a goal from Calvin Stengs. The Dutch winger came in at the perfect time, wrapped his left peg around it. And how close was it in the end? Very close indeed. Very, very close. Unlucky, sir. Jay De Silva picks up the ball looking for options. He's going to play it back into Johnny Williams. Little step over and through to Jake Forster-Caskey. To Iheanacho, knocks the ball and runs. Calvin Stengs is looking for an option. It's Johnny Williams over to Diego Lainez. Great turn from Lainez. One more, maybe another. Lainez still with the ball, luckily. We're going to go this way. We're going to put the ball in and it's going to be a corner. Corner ball for Charlton. It's going to be taken by Forster-Caskey into a dangerous area, headed. And it's going to be another corner for us. Let's put it into a similar area right there. It's going to be Calvin Stengs getting his head on it and caught by the arms of Kalinic. Here comes Hutton into Jack Grealish. Little step over from Grealish. Carries on his run after giving it to Busin. And there is the shot. Hits the post from Davis. I think it was onside. It was onside, and that is a very lucky escape for Charlton there. Good effort from Villa. Look at that for a pass. Calvin Stengs now. Stengs wants it back. Gets it back. Calvin Stengs is going to release the ball. Here comes Johnny Williams. Little step over. Shot Johnny Williams. Left foot. Taken well by the keeper. Uh-oh. Here's Villa. They've got bodies forward. And well played. Well defended. Williams manages to release the ball to Tariq Fosu. How is your run, Kelechi Iheanacho? It's not bad if we can get on the end of this. Kelechi Iheanacho takes the touch. Can he get there? He can. He's going to play a ball all the way through there to Lainez, who can't get his head on it. That is half-time, guys. The score is 0-0. Not a whole lot of action, but certainly that midfield, that central midfield area is so packed. And I think I'm going to have to change formation here if I want to get a goal. To Grealish. Grealish gives the ball away. Tariq Fosu turns his man. Gives it to Iheanacho, who's got pretty much no support, but Fosu making ground up, and there is the through ball. Can Tariq Fosu get on the end of this? He can. It's Tariq Fosu. Play that around the keeper. Oh, he's given away a corner, the keeper, but made a save very, very well there. Maybe I should have just taken one slightly smaller touch before I took that shot. And they are going to make a substitution now. It's not telling me who it is, but they've definitely made a sub. Let's put this corner into a dangerous area anyway, and there's the header. Away it goes from Villa. Look at that ball. Lots of space to get the cross in from Gilbert. Get that away! And there's the goal from McGinn. Poor defending in the box. Great cross it was. And a well-converted header. But I don't believe that the defenders did enough there to get in the right position defensively. The ball was given away. Lots of space. Great cross, it has to be said. And lots of space for 2 or 3 bodies, to be honest, in the Charlton box. And McGinn, the player, getting his head on it. Very accurate. And no chance for the keeper. Okay, so what I've done is I've gone to a 4-2-4. I've taken Johnny Williams off and brought Ryan Brewster on. I feel like that's going to help us. Not if we play balls like that, though. Here's Diego Lainez. Intricate little football is what's gonna get us an equaliser here. Here's Jay Da Silva to Diego Lainez. All the way through, and that's got to be a goal! How has that not gone in the back of the net? Was that Brewster or Iheanacho? It was Iheanacho. He's missed too many chances for me lately. Look at that, on the turn, on the swivel. Put that way too wide. Come on, Kelechi, that's got to be better. Great tackle from Reece Oxford. Look at that space all the way through. Oh no, Brewster. Okay, we still got the ball. And it's to Iheanacho. Iheanacho gets tackled. Come on, Charlton. We've really got to be converting one of these chances. Oxford wins it again, but they've got the ball now. Come on, get the tackle. Away it goes, Oxford, and that is going to find Ryan Brewster to Iheanacho. And if we time this well, Brewster might have the running on the defender. He does. Brewster. Little chip ball, please. Oh, that's poor. How are these players catching up Brewster? Lainez. Fosu loses it to Gilbert and cleared away. Come on. Fosu with the ball. That is horrendous. Oh, the keeper actually has to punch that. I was about to say horrendous, but we do have a corner here as it was just dipping at his back post. And there is the corner from Stengs. It's okay. Hits the bar. Come on, get the second one. Oh, Iheanacho. We are just purely unlucky at this point now. We have had so many chances to equalise and we just haven't taken the chances. And we might have another one here. It's going to be Brewster to Iheanacho. Shoot Iheanacho! And it's another save. We've still got the ball. And we're going to play it back into Diego Lainez. Away it goes. We might be able to equalise here. Come on. 1 minute left of added time. Stings with a throw on here. Brewster. And it's Diego Lainez. And that's given away. Why did he try that run? I have no idea why he tried that run when he could have just come short to collect the ball. And it is going to be... Hang on a minute. It's 1-0 to Aston Villa, but our fans are celebrating. Which means, despite the loss, I think results elsewhere must mean that we have got promoted. So we've got the results through at the full-time whistle. Charlton players celebrating a loss here. And that can only mean that we have got promoted to the Premier League. So... mixed feelings right now because I'm still pretty pissed off that we lost that game, but ultimately the big picture here is that we are going to be playing football in the Premier League next season, which is great for me because that means this career mode will be able to go quicker and we will be able to hopefully reach the Champions League at a quicker rate. So back-to-back promotions for the boys, and let's have a look at the league here. Sorry for the subdued celebrations, but that loss kind of took the sting out of it a little bit for me. But nonetheless, brilliant season. Let's have a look and see what that means for the league table. And by the way, look at the stats there. They had 3 shots and only 44% possession. Charlton had 10 with 6 on target and 56% possession. We should have been doing better there. Everybody on 6.7s, even 8.1 for Calvin Stengs. Really, I think that was an unfair result. But anyway, we are promoted and there are the results from elsewhere. So it must have been Fulham dropped points. They played each other, Huddersfield and Fulham. And that must be what eventually led us to getting the promotion. So let's have a look at the table here. 93 points. And yeah, they can't catch us. Fulham and Huddersfield cannot catch us. And we are champions of the EFL Championship. Not only promotion, but champions of the league. That is so decent. And I am buzzing with that. So here we go. The new story. Charlton Athletic champions of the EFL Championship. Let's see what it reads once it loads. So there is Diego Lainez, actually, who has been at the forefront, let's be honest, of our success in the last 2 seasons. On the mic there, Charlton have won the EFL Championship title to cap off a strong season for the champions. We were simply consistent, which is one of the biggest reasons for winning the title, stated a very happy Charlton Athletic manager. Not the best article in the world, but who cares when we are going to be going to Old Trafford, Anfield, Stamford Bridge, the Emirates next season, unless any of those teams magically got relegated, that is. But what a season. We still have 2 games to play, so I will just simulate them. There's no point in prolonging it any further. We might as well just go for it. So 2 days between these final 2 games. Maybe I can give some of the youngsters a bit of a run-in or something like that. We'll go for this lineup against Bristol City. We'll get straight into this game and see if we can cap off a great season with a couple of good results here. What I'm going to do is just skip it. It's a 1-1 draw. Juan Foyt with the goal. We'll get into the second game. We might have to rotate just because I don't want any injuries or anything happening, and we'll see how we do in that one against Norwich. Okay, so the players are very tired, but we have gone with a sort of mixed lineup. A few reserve players have come in, but it's still pretty strong. We are actually at home. I thought we were away, but we are at home. Stipperman actually puts Norwich 1-0 up. Norwich could be joining us in the Premier League potentially, but they have had some pretty bad form of late and they are now down in 6th place. Albie Morgan gets a goal on the last game of the season to equalise. Hudson-Odoi comes on to replace Diego Lainez. And we actually take the lead there through Ryan Brewster, who earns a start, who's been brilliant in the sort of last couple of months on this game. And we are, I think, going to win. We're ending the season off with a win. Ryan Brewster and Albie Morgan helping us to a 2-1 victory against the Canaries. That is bloody good season, if you ask me. A really good season. 97 points. The overall record, 29 wins, 10 draws, and only 7 losses. It will be Fulham who join us, by the way, in the other automatic promotion position. And then Huddersfield, Cardiff, Stoke and Norwich will battle it out for the remaining positions. So that is a fantastic season, guys. Make sure you leave your comments. Tell me who your favourite player was in our championship season, because next time we will start focusing our attention on, obviously, transfers, incoming transfers for our Premier League season. Let's have one final look at our squad here. I'm actually going to progress it so that they don't look tired, because I hate that. It looks ugly. And meanwhile, we do get awarded £8.4 million for winning the EFL Championship. I don't know how our transfer budget's gonna exactly be next season, but hopefully it's decent. We also get a suspension for Juan Foyt. But anyway, guys, I think that's enough days progressed now. Let's have a look at our team. This is the team that takes us into the Championship. Into the Premier League from the Championship. And I just want to put Iheanacho in there. Where is Iheanacho? Where's he got to, the cheeky boy? So here we go, the boys that are taking us into the Premier League. Rody De Boer, 75 rated at the age of 22. Jay Da Silva, 22 as well, 75 rated. Juan Foyt, 22 as well, 77 rated. Patrick Bauer and Reece Oxford will be tussling for that centre-back position unless we sign somebody, of course. 23-year-old Deke still at 74. Fulstakaski, 26 years old now and 71. Fosu, 24 years old and 77. 23-year-old Joe Aribo, 77. Iheanacho, 23 and 79 rated. Stengs, 21. Probably our hottest prospect, to be fair, along with Lanez at 79 rated. And Lanez, yeah, probably even more so than Stengs. 19 years old still and 79 rated. These are obviously the rest of our players. Suzuki, Brewster, Hudson-Odoi on loan, Johnny Williams, Reece Oxford, Naby Sarr, Solly, Pratley, Lyle Taylor, who had a great season last year, Lewis Page, Colin Butto will leave us, and Albie Morgan, Jason Pearce, anybody I haven't mentioned. A great set of players that have been good for us over the last 2 seasons. And next time, boys and girls, we will be looking to strengthen that squad in or ahead of, I should say, the Premier League campaign. So, hope you're looking forward to that as much as I am. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care of yourselves, and sweet.